Everyone. It's me, Eldred, CEO and co-founder of Domot Technologies. In the previous video that I shared, I talked about the senior property manager role, the most senior role in Domot. And today I'm going to be sharing with you the property manager role. The property manager is a role that we have that you assign property to property managers. So let's say, for example, you have a large portfolio of properties and you have a team of people who actually manage those properties for you. Um, it's pretty much overwhelming the amount of properties that one person can have. What we have done is that we have created a dashboard that simplifies the entire process of property management for the people, for your employees, and makes it easy for them to know what they need to do and manage the tenants and residents that are in those properties. So let's log in to our application as a property manager. So if you only have, in the previous video, you could see that there were multiple hubs that you could select from. If you only have one hub, the application just signs you straight into that hub. And this is pretty much the dashboard for the property manager. It's much more simple and not as complicated as a senior property manager, because you do not see all those finances and the rest that a senior property manager is happens to see, and all those analytics like service requests and all of those. You don't get any of those analytics, but they have a great dashboard. So their dashboard, what it does is that they can actually see the assigned properties, they assign units to them. So the this property manager Caleb Byrne can see that he's assigned to 3 multi-unit properties and single unit properties. He can view any unpaid invoices or expected payments for the next 30 days. He can view the service requests, his service requests, and can also see his resolution rating. And the priority manager they have is also and risk manager is also, they also have this as well, but it's only tailored to them because of for their own tasks. So it's very great and helpful for them to just see what it is that they are assigned to do. They can view any messages between themselves and any of the residents. They can view latest transactions. Inspections that are assigned to them, they view, or they can view all those inspections as well. Their service requests, any vacancy duration of the properties, and any tenancy and lease expiration within 30 and 90 days. They view that in here as well. I also did mention in the previous video, I skipped that we also have a download AI assistant, which you can ask pretty much questions and it can help you with. It's a great touch, not something that a lot of property managers use, because at the end of the day, every single page, as I mentioned, has that widget that helps you know what you need to do. Also, so finances, when you go to finance, they can view the invoices that they have as well, all the payments that they need to make, or they can view all those payments. They can also record payment. So if there's any payment that has not been made, they can and you send the resident, for example, send them a payment confirmation, they can actually approve it from here as well. And this is just a great page for them to have an overview of all payments. Then there's the resident section. So these are only the residents that they manage for all the properties. They can add a new resident and assign them to a property as well. Then you also have properties in here. So they have the same things in here. So you can view all the properties that they are assigned to: 7 single units, 3 multi. They can go in there and see any of the properties that they are assigned to. They can manage leases. They can also add properties as well. They can view any of the leases. There's no active lease for any of the tenants, but they can add or create a new lease by just creating a new lease as well. From here, they can do that. Select the property and then add a new and start creating a new lease. Their inspections. These are their inspections. So there's this one, like for example, that is in progress. So they can go in there. This is marked as in progress for Silver Pines residencies. They can go there, start writing their inspections notes, findings and reports, service requests, just pretty much like what I showed you and in the previous video. And when they are done with all of this and they can mark it as completed, then the senior property manager gets a notification that Caleb has actually finished his completed his inspection. There's a calendar as well, like the other video, which they can use to schedule events, inspections, and announcements. Then there's also service requests as well. They can view service requests. They can even create service requests. So one thing I also have to mention is that with service requests, you can create service requests on behalf of your residents. But if there's an active rest for any property, but if there's an active resident in that property, the resident will have to go into the application and actually approve the service request, and we will have to approve that service request. And then there's messages as well. They can send messages to their property manager, to all their colleagues, or the residents as well, or even the more staff, employees, for if they have any questions or issues that they need resolving. So that's everything about the senior property manager dashboard. But one thing I also have to note to highlight about the property manager dashboard that makes it incredibly powerful for any organization that manages a large portfolio of properties, even if it's not a large portfolio of properties, but even if you have a medium-sized portfolio of properties, or you are starting your property management journey, is continuity. So we understand that, let's say your property manager handles like 50 properties and they have been there for a while, and when they leave, if they resign or they leave, or they need to reassign properties to other property managers, there is that huge long learning curve and getting to know everything about that property, the tenant in there, the history and all. One of the things that is a massive advantage of our platform is that we have allowed continuity in place. So as you assign properties to your property managers, it's a situation where if a property manager leaves, all you just need to do is reassign those properties to another new property manager, and they get the entire message history, inspections, audit trail, every single thing, so they can come in here and basically just it's just a continuation. So it's just going to be, if Caliburn is assigned a new property that was maybe managed by another property manager, Tunde, for example, comes in here and he will see everything regarding that property from the when he goes to the property page. For example, he goes to the property page and he will see everything from like this unit 1A. When it comes down here to the rental history, the payment history, the inspections, the messages, you'll see everything. So it just saves you a massive amount of time and money to ensure that you get your employees up to steam. And we are really proud of what we have done. And that is pretty much it for the property manager role. The next video will be about the residents role as a tenant. Thank you so much, and yeah, catch up with you later.